Welcome to my channel. Sit back and enjoy. I got pregnant with twins. If my friend Jennifer got pregnant with twins, if my friend Jessica got pregnant with twins, I was wanting everybody to have twins. And then I said, no, I don't want twins. I want quads, which is 4. And I was like, yes, 2 girls, 2 boys. I was like, I don't really know nothing about boys, but I want 2 girls and 2 boys. And then Gary always wanted a girl. So I was like, well, if we have a little girl, she'll be my princess. Gary, of course, is like, no, she'll be my princess. So then I was like, well, fine, we just need twins. We need 2 girls, so that we each can have our own little girl. So it was so funny that when she's like, oh, it's a girl, and then the membrane between them was thin, and so they didn't know if they were in the same sack or not, and they wasn't, and so they asked her how many months she was, and I was like, she's 37, and what was it, 37 in 1 day, and the nurse was like, well, they're measuring 31 weeks. And I was like, no, she's 37 weeks in 1 day. And then I'm like, she's 37 weeks in 1 day. And then, well, no, she was 37. Okay, yeah. That was the ultrasound. And so she's like, okay, well, they're measuring 31 weeks. And so they're 31 weeks. So I'm like, okay, well, they're 37 weeks. But anyhow. So, like, I'm sitting here arguing with the doctor, and she's like, fine. Or no, that was the day before. Okay, sorry, that was Tuesday. She told us that we was having twins, and she's like, oh, okay. Well, they measure at that time. This was that Tuesday. She's like, oh, they're measuring 29 weeks. So you'll be due in August. I'm like, no, she's due July the 15th. No. The baby size is August. And I think it was like August the 17th. I was like, it's July the 15th. So she was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. It's August the 17th. And I was just like, it's no way that she's going to keep twins in. Okay, well, leave them alone. Leave them alone, please.
That's scared.
Okay, it's scary.
I got Doc.
Yeah, you got Doc. And you got balls.
I'm gonna eat it.
Okay, well, you guys share the balls with Sissy, because I don't even know if there's any more left. Okay. Make sure you stay out of Daddy's way. And, so, like, we go home, and then, like, the next day, like, her blood pressure was, I think it was, like, 198 over 120. And I was like, oh, no, that's not normal. And, like, she was in bed all day, and, like, if you know my sister, she's, like, such a press. Like, when we were little, she literally took a shower, did her hair, did her makeup just to take out the trash. And I mean, she's always been like that. And then she was like, do you still got the ball? Wait till that one's gone. Then she didn't even want to even roll over to even take a shower, and she didn't want to even eat. So I was like, no, okay, your blood pressure is through the roof. You don't want to eat. You don't even want to, get out of bed, take a shower. I'm taking you to the emergency room. I'm taking you back to the hospital. So that's why we went back that Wednesday. And we went back that Wednesday, I think it was like 201. Like over 180 or something. Like, it was really high. And so they're like, okay, well, the 3 times that you've been, or was it 3 times? No, we went to St. Mary's, but that was like a couple of days before we went to UT. And So they was like, well, since your blood pressure has been high multiple times, and of course we was monitoring it here at the house. So it was like, they was like, well, we're just going to keep you and monitor your blood pressure. And so that's why we stayed that Wednesday. It's okay. Please stop screaming. Sit down. Sit down. And so, so that's why they, that.
Hi.
Hi. You're a bunkerhead. You're a best. Okay. So they kept us that Wednesday, which was Wednesday night, going into Thursday morning. And that morning, which was Thursday morning, we and like all Wednesday, like Tuesday, me and Gary started planning. Oh my gosh, now we have to buy for two girls. So we knew the sex, and we knew that we had to buy for two. And then Wednesday, before we went, back to the hospital, we went to Babies R Us, and we went and got baby stuff. And I washed it. And, my sister sit there and she looked at it, and, she was laying down and she was helping me fold it, and we was just sitting there having sister time. Haven't had that in years, but so that was good, because I like having sister time. I really do, but we're not as close as, of course, I would like us to be. And so we so like I said, we was in the hospital, and that Thursday morning they took us up for another ultrasound, and it was because baby A at the time, which was Hannah, because she was at the bottom. Hannah was on the right side at the very bottom, like she was like ready to come, and then Savannah was on the left side, like up under the rib cage, and like in a little ball. And so that's why I tell people, and oddly enough, Savannah's left-handed and Hannah's right-handed, and that's what they was in the on the side of the stomach. Hannah was on the right side, Savannah was on the left side. So but Hannah was ready to come, but her umbilical cord was like really short. It was like they was worried about it, because like if she would have moved too sharply, like it could have ripped, and she probably would have died, because it was so short that she really didn't have room to move around or anything. But I mean, she was alive. She was a little feisty thing. But they took us upstairs, and they did another ultrasound just to check on Hannah, make sure she was still doing, both of them, but make sure that she was still getting blood flow through her umbilical cord, because it was weak, but it wasn't weak enough to where they needed to do emergency, delivery. It was something that you need to just keep watching. And but so they were like, well, we might have to deliver at the end of July. And I'm like, she's due July the 15th. And Dr. Wolf was like, fine, if you really think she's due July the 15th, we're going to do an amniotic centesis. And I said, okay. And of course, Alicia, she didn't know what that was. I was like, that's when they take amniotic fluid from the sac to see if the baby's lungs is developed.
Mommy, he's coming.
Well, don't bother him. Why are you messing with him? Here, stay right here. You're not going nowhere. And so So she was like, oh my gosh, no, because, like, they might poke the baby. Stay. They might poke the baby. And I said, no, they poke beside it. And, like, the doctor, he's explaining and everything. And Dr. Wolf, she's explaining, no, we do it carefully. And so she's like, well, I really don't want it done. I'm like, well, if you don't have it done, they're going to send us home tomorrow. And, you know, because, like, her blood pressure was still out of control. So they probably wouldn't have sent us home even on Friday. Because, like, it was still, like, really high. And they didn't know why. And, but because she wasn't diagnosed with preeclampsia with her other pregnancies, there was 8 sets of twins born. And only, I think it was 2 of them were boy-girl, but the rest of them were girl twins. So, 6 set of girl twins, and only 2 sets of boy-girl twins. No set of boy twins. But it was like, the only 2 boys that were born were boy-girl twins. I mean, I'm pretty sure, you know, some boys, single boys, were born. I don't know about triplets. There could have been triplets born that were boys. But it was just so weird because they're like, I don't know what happened for all these people to be having twins on today. It was crazy. So they came back and it was almost dinner time. And with it being almost dinner time, they came, they asked her, are you ready? She goes, nope, it's almost dinner time. Can we wait till after dinner? So they go, we've been holding your room all day because we've been waiting for you to call to tell us that you were ready. And we have to take you after dinner time or we're not going to be able to induce you tonight. So they told her she can eat dinner in the labor and delivery room. Because, like, they took us out of the one room to take us, like, just across. Like, it's like we were right here. They took us over here, like, down the hallway through some double doors. And, so they told her she can eat her dinner over there. Which, they let her eat her dinner in the first room. Which was a big, huge room. It was nice. It was humongous. And then the room that they took us back to after she had the babies was barely big enough for me and her to be in. And they had 2 cribs. I was like, why couldn't they put us in the first room? Because we could have had the girls in that room and still have room to walk around. Like, when I say that room was humongous, it was probably about the size of my living room. Which my living room, in normal spec, is not that big. But just imagine it being a hospital room with a hospital bed in it and a chair. And nothing else. That'd be pretty good space. But, like, for a hospital room, that was huge. But, after that, after she had the babies, they moved us to, another room. But, so they took us over to labor and delivery. No, that's not a diaper. Hold on. Let me see. This is a size 3. This is not your size. That's a size 3. That's for a little baby. You're a size 5.
My baby.
But you're not a baby. You're mama's babykins. You are mama's babykins.
That's mine.
Yeah, it's little. This is a 3. You're a 5. Okay.
I think it's
Dot's not even a size. Hers too tiny. Hers a itsy bitsy.
Hannah, go in the toilet.
Well, Hannah better not throw her in the toilet. And so we went over there. She got induced. And I waited forever. She was asleep. I was awake. Watching TV. Watching the heart monitor. Making sure that both heartbeats were still going pretty strong. Make sure the contractions started. And all that. And then, all of a sudden, she had a heart she had a contraction and the heartbeat went down. Okay, tell Daddy I'll be in there in a minute. And so I was like, okay, well the heart rate. Yeah, in a minute. Yeah, I was like, her heart rate went down. Okay, and then it came back up. So I was like, okay, maybe, it was just a fluke thing. Maybe she just moved wrong way. Another contraction. Hold on. Another contraction. It went down. And I was like, okay, yep, it's time to call the nurses. Right as I was getting up to push the button, they were coming in. They go, oh, I think it's time. So and I forgot to say, when it was ready to deliver, they was going to deliver in the OR. Just in case they need to do a C-section. So they wheeled us in. We got in there. They moved her to the second bed and everything. I will give you one in a minute, Hannah. And so they got her all ready and everything. They said, okay, you can push. And so she pushed, I think, 2 times. Boom! Little Miss Hannah was born. And that was at 8:36, I think. 8:30. It might have been 8:30. 8:30 p.m. on June the 28th. So then they checked on Savannah. Oh, they're like, okay, she's still high. And they broke the water. They're like, okay, her water's broke. She should be coming in like a minute or two. And we were like, okay. So then she, so we're sitting there waiting for for Savannah to drop down. They didn't deliver Hannah's placenta because they didn't know if Hannah and Savannah shared a placenta. That was another thing that they couldn't tell on the ultrasound. And it was mainly because Hannah's arm was over Savannah's face. And so they thought, okay, they're in the same sac. And so they didn't deliver Hannah's amniotic sac or placenta. And the placenta touched the top of the cervix from the inside, and it closed it like completely to 0, from 10 to 0. So they had to wait for it, and they had the Pitocins at 10. Like they had it at 10 until Savannah was born. And or they might have had it maybe an hour after, because I think they keep giving it to you just to make sure your uterus is contracting or something like it. I don't remember. But they had it at 10. And so it dilated pretty fast. It was like maybe 2 minutes. It dilated back to 10. And then all of a sudden it floated back down, touched the top of the cervix, and closed it. Like completely. From 10 to 0. So then they were like, okay, that's weird. That's like the second time that happened. Okay, that's weird. So then they were like, okay, well, because like they had like something in it to hold it up just in case Savannah started to come down. So that, that they could deliver her and then immediately deliver the placenta if they were sharing a placenta. But luckily they wasn't. And so, they waited till she was dilated again. And so they're like, okay, you want to try to push? She's not down yet. She's still up there chilling, having her own little free space, And so I'm just sitting there waiting. We're holding Hannah. We're kissing Hannah, looking at Hannah and everything. And all of a sudden, like the nurse, Dr. Wolf, or the doctor, Dr. Wolf, she had to leave. She had to go deliver another baby because, like I said, crazy night. So she left, she delivered 2 babies, came back. We're still laying there in the OR. And, but before she came back, the bag fell. And I was like, Okay, let me see. So the bag fell. Here, hold it. Hold it. Here, hold it. There you go. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Come here. And I was like, is that normal for the bag to fall? And the nurse was doing her, here, hold it. The nurse was doing her falls, and she looks over, don't even get up, she just looks and go, oh yeah, that's normal. I didn't know if it was normal or not. It was not normal. I'll tell you that. It was not normal. And so I'm still sitting there, I'm talking to her with my sister shivering. Of course, after you have a baby, your hormones are like still at a 10 when, you know, your baby, you know, was at a 10 because of your baby. Well, you know, she's shaking. I'm like, oh, you know, okay. And we're still holding Hannah. We're playing with her and everything. Well, by this time, it's been an hour. And the nurse, Dr. Wolf, comes back in. And she's like, oh, you're still in here. You're still in labor. And I was like, and she was like, yeah. And, you know, we was like, yeah. We was like, you know, Savannah's just not dropping down. We was like, Savannah's not dropping down. And so she goes over around to, you know, because my sister's legs are still up in stirrups. So she goes around and she looks at the cover. She goes,
Go in the service.
okay. She goes, how long has this been like this? And I go around, I'm looking, because like the nurse gets off her little chair from doing charts. So I go around and look, the whole sheet that is covering my sister is red. My sister was laying there slowly hemorrhaging to death. No lie. No lie. Slowly hemorrhaging to death. And she was shaking because, like, her blood, like, she was almost bled out. And they go, okay, we gotta do emergency C-section. Give her a kiss. And I gave her a kiss. And the nurse was like, I will carry, you know, the baby out to you. And we will bring the other one out to you. And because they had to carry the baby because the doors, if you walk by, because like Hannah already had on her diaper, you know, she already had on the protection thing, the leg protection thing, which you know, they put on the anti-theft bracelet. She already had that on. So because I didn't have a badge, I couldn't walk by a door, because if I did, it would have locked the whole hospital down, because it would have triggered that a non-authorized person had a baby and walked by a door. So she had to carry her out. I got on the other side of the door. They handed me Hannah, and she ran back. And then I think it was like 5 minutes later, they brought out Savannah. Hannah and Savannah is an hour and 36 minutes apart. And but yeah, so they had to do an emergency C-section to get out Savannah, which she still was not ready to come out. She's a mess. She's a bunking head. But I had a video of me and Gary holding her, waiting for Savannah. We was like, are we waiting for Hannah? Hannah? And, you know, of course, Hannah's like, I don't know who Vanna is. Like, you know, like, I have no idea who that person is. And who is Hannah? Like, is that me? Cute little face. But yeah, so that was the story of Hannah and Savannah's birth. Oh, and when they came and got us, and they go, okay, well, we're going to take her over to labor and deliver, or not, we're going to take her over to postpartum, or I think that's what it is, or whatever it is, after she had the babies. They go, but in the rules, the mama has to carry the baby. And that would be all well and good. The only problem was, she just had an emergency C-section. She was drugged out of her head. And they literally gave her one 4-pound, 10-ounce baby on one arm, one 4-ounce baby on the other arm. And she couldn't even hold up her arms, which are not even 4 pounds. So just imagine. She almost dropped them twice. And that made me mad with UT. Because I was like, I understand she got to carry the baby. But, like, let me carry the baby. Like, I'm walking beside the bed, you know, beside the bed. I'm not going to, like, run and sprint. I can't get nowhere even if I did. You know, the doors will lock. But they were like, no, she has to carry the babies till we get to the room. Okay, but she can't even hold up her head. So how is she going to hold 2 babies? But that was my little story of my little bunkins that I love so much. And there's one. That's Miss Savannah. Look at that face. That's Mrs. Relax, chill out, don't want to come. Have to be C-sectioned. Miss C-section herself. An hour and 36 minutes after Sissy made her debut to the world. But anyhow, hope y'all like my long rant. I'm going to try to break it up into 4 videos. That's what I'm going to try to do. So it's not so long for one thing. But okay. Here are my social medias. Why don't you look me up? Thank you for watching my videos. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all come back now, you hear? This has been a Marquita R production. Peace out.